Ayo, what's outside is within. The mind regulates the hand that masters the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier still. The stargate to the mind's revealed. The vortex. Alright, peace. Another episode of the Verbal Vortex. Man, your names for the people if they don't know.
Vendetta, Real Black, Razor Sharp, Banished by Razor.
Bad FX, aka come on, ready for thump and kick come on now.
Yeah. Alright, so these are questions that correlate into your latest release, which is Lionscriptures Volume 2. And this segment here is the intro and the album context. First question, what's the significance behind the title Lionscriptures Volume 2 and how does it build or differ from Volume 1?
I mean, Lionscriptures very initially came up with the title for Volume 1, and on that one I did all of the production and I featured my rhymes on some of the joints, but he was predominantly the MC over most of the whole project. So the flip on Lionscriptures 2 is that he's done all the production and I'm on every single tune, and he's on a lot of them, but there's a few that he's not on.
Right.
We're both involved in every single song.
And adding to that, the title itself, as in like name, I got it from, you know, the elders used to tell me that, you know, the Rasta man's the lion, you know, the lion that do the things of things. It was all of that kind of thinking when I came down to it, and it's not because my brother Fix is a Ras. It was just like the lion coming with that, and that kind of thinking. And the scriptures is the bars, and the lyrics, the bars, the scriptures. You know, they were out with us like hieroglyphics. So it was just. And we had a statue on the first cover. It was like a lion statue.
Okay.
Big up TCG that done the cover. We had a lion cover, so it's just like it was all of importance and relevant to the theme of what we were dealing with, and we just broke it off from there.
What inspired you guys to revisit this collaboration and create a sequel?
We always make music. You know what I'm saying? We've recorded many albums on Ray.
Features on his, mine,
featured on each other's songs, featured on other people's songs, like with some sort of group.
Always.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always been a connection and affiliation.
To have an actual dedicated project where it's literally me and him, then it's only made sense. We need to document it officially somehow.
And adding to that, we talk about it all the time because we made Lionscriptures in 2016, 17, and it's just like it's 25 now. So you're looking at 8 years when the year's done, and it's like me and Bad Effects will sit down when we're asking for a track for my album, vice versa, and just like, what are we gonna do the next thing? It's like soon, innit? When you got the beats and that conversation turns into 2 weeks, 2 months, a year.
Until we're just like, let's just do it.
Let's just do it, innit?
How would you describe the evolution and the sounds and themes from Lionscriptures Volume 1 to Volume 2?
That's a good question.
I mean, like I said, it's come from two different minds, isn't it? Because he was the lead MC on the first album, and I was the lead MC on this one. You know what I mean? So a lot of the songs would start from me, and we just kind of vibe off of each other. So evolution-wise, I mean, from 2000 to 2017 to 25. Yeah, man's grown as MCs, you know. And definitely.
That's why I would have added. It's just like it's a natural maturity in MCing, in life wisdom and knowledge and understanding of what we know of everything. Just
slightly less reckless and certain.
Yeah, just culminating into what we thought 7 years later might be appropriate to just give to the people again. This is where we at now. This is where we was at then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was there any unfinished business from the first volume that you felt needed closure or continuation?
Not necessarily. We know. I feel like this one is more feature heavy, and that's always welcome. We've got a lot of MC brethrens out there. And we're all thirsty for rhythms, man. Once a beat is banging,
involve the man,
man's gonna have bars for it, you know what I mean? So There's not necessarily any unfinished business, but more a continuation of that kind of love. There was a feature joint on Lionscriptures one where we had
It's the gang.
it's about 6-7 man
That's
on that
love.
song, you know what I'm
That's
saying?
love. They
Like
touch bro
12
on
bars
Netflix.
each, whatever that was.
It's a feast.
Yeah.
Okay. So for someone who's new to your work, why should Lionscriptures Volume 2 be their entry point?
Why should it be the entry point? I think in name alone, I'm never going to jump on number 2. I'm always, if I could see something part of a series, I'm always going to jump back to 1 anyway. You know what I mean? But just the fact that there is 2, you know that these guys have done something already. So if they're doing the second one, first one must, you know what I mean?
That's kind of why I called it 2.0.
Evolution.
2.0 because I didn't want to distinguish it as a direct sequel, but it is. But I didn't want to put that part 2 or volume 2.
Yeah.
So I put 2.0 so they're gonna look at it. Why is there a 0.0? Because this is like we're going to continue. There will be a 3 or 2.1.
Yeah.
We might fuck them up and just say it's 2.1 on the next one. But there's gonna be a next one. So I was kind of in that kind of thinking when I come with that 2.0. I thought it could be a trilogy, it could be a series of things, but if you put all our tunes together, you got like.
We could do like an EP as 2.5.
That's what I'm saying. 2.5, 2.3.
Yeah, that's it.
We can go where we want from that. The whole now, innit?
Yeah. What drew you guys together creatively in the first place?
The love for hip hop. I will say, man. We're like-minded individuals. We share that vibe of music. We've got a mutual friend in Big Torchbearer, Big Bro. We've both known, I've known him over 20 years, so we've been in the circles, you know, in the Venn diagram of thing, it was destiny because we're in the same area, we like the same
Like I
music.
said earlier, Big, in the early days, telling me about his MCing friends that are doing their thing alongside himself and seeing me do my thing, my MCing friends, and it just brought us together as well. I think that it was in the stars that we was gonna do something eventually through our peoples them. So yeah, that's what that is. I don't question that.
Okay.
No, not never.
How would you say that your chemistry has grown since Volume 1? Has the process become more intuitive?
I think volume, because I remember volume 2 a lot more fresh, more vivid in my mind. We did a lot of them spontaneously.
Yeah.
You know, I remember organic spinach on the first one. That was organic.
Yeah,
that
just
was
wrote it on
bam,
the
bam.
spot, and I had the drums going when you came in, and we kind of just blended it. Yeah, let's do the thing.
A lot of them we did it. Like he was making the beat right there and then.
Yeah.
And I would just
Hey,
start
man.
right into it.
It's just like, what you got?
Yeah.
Okay, you keep going. You might lay the verse there that night. You know,
come
I
back
take
and
it
it's
away,
a
stew in
whole
it,
song.
comes back, it's a whole song. I've added the hook, the verse.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
So I was going to ask you a question about you guys in the studio. When you guys together, do you challenge each other in the studio? If so,
man,
how?
always.
I guess only like on joints when
I
we're
know
doing
he's
back to
gonna
back.
say it. I know he's gonna
We're
say
doing back to back verses. If he's coming with a flow, I need to jump in right off of that flow, and it's that kind of vibe. It's more of a vibe than a competitiveness of it.
Well, I'll call it like a friendly competitiveness. You're gonna say it's more of a vibe. I think it's a vibe too, but I think it's like we thrive off being competitors amongst our circle because we're all very good at what we do. So that when we sharpen in the swords to say.
Yeah, sword
It's just like, yo, Effects had that sword. I thought my sword was sharp, but Effects' sword sharp. I think Richie killed us on Jerk Sabbath. We all came hard, but there's always a killer on the track. If you want to talk Jerk Salmon, Richie killed it. In the middle. I like. Yeah, so it's that kind of thing where it's like, I don't care if a man comes on the track and kills me. I want him to do that.
Okay.
We're all striving to be like the upper echelon of whatever it is. So when it's my brothers, I love that shit because it means I made them like raise the bench.
Yeah.
So I need to jump on that bench now, innit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all about that.
So a question for both of you on this one to each other. What would you say is the biggest strength that other individual brings to the table?
Like, you mean lyrically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Ray's always coming with a grandiose vividness. Like, he's always gonna come with some words. Like, I've asked him in the past, like, I need him to name the songs on my album.
Yeah, we
Because
did.
it's gonna be strong. We did it.
You
for
made me
our
name
album.
his album, man. You made me name his album.
Yeah.
Which one? Cyphers?
Might have been
Cyphers. Cyphers on it.
One of them albums there,
Cyphers.
man. Yeah, I needed to name them.
And he was like, name my tunes. I was like, oh. He was like, yeah, name my songs. And we listened to the whole album, whole the melody.
Because the name that he will come up with may not be any words in the chorus.
That relates to anything.
It might be what it sounds like to
Yeah,
him.
the vibe, the energy.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So that's a strength that I admire.
And on the flip side, effects to me.
Consistency.
Thank you. Effects to me is like, he's the versatility king. It's like you can't trap effects in any chamber, and to me that's what always kept me on my toes when I'm creating with bad effects, because
I'm gonna rap my way out of that.
no, I don't play a beat to bad effects that he just says to me no, flip to the next one, I can't do it. I've never played a song to this guy where he's just been like, he always finds something he can put on that.
Right.
And even if it's out of his box, it's just like, yo, this is still hard.
Yeah.
So that's my inspiration in that way, the versatility, motivation.
Dopeness.
That's the thing.
Can you describe a session or a moment during making of Volume 2 that solidified your bond even deeper?
I think Can't Build was pretty special. Can't Build was the joint featuring Teaching Cam and K Zorro. That was a special joint because, to be honest with you, when he sent me that beat, that was one of the beats I felt the least.
I hear that.
And I couldn't
It's
really
the vibe of it.
Yeah, it was a bit in comparison to everything else. But when Teach came with what she did, I was like, oh no, what she did. So it made me stand up and like, yeah. So I caught the vibe right there.
You know what? Slight confession. When I made that, I had Teacher in mind to give it to her as a track. But then when I was listening to it, I thought our album doesn't have a track like this.
But they work.
Yeah,
So
everything worked.
this is my thinking. So yeah,
So-
him saying that makes it make perfect sense to me.
Right.
So I remember when she was, the day when she was coming to studio to record it, that was the day I wrote my verse to it. She wrote her verse and sent it over the phone or something on WhatsApp.
Okay.
So I heard it that way first, and then I wrote my verse and came to studio and we recorded it there, and then I ducked again and I did K Zorro.
Come back.
At some point I didn't hear that until after the fact. But that was, he killed it as well. And that was a memorable recording session.
That's probably one of them. Yeah.
Great. Talk me through your production mindset on this album and what were you aiming to capture sonically?
Sonically, because it's a me and Bad Effects project, it could have been conceptually like sonically sounding a certain way where all the beats sound a certain way and you get a kind of energy, but when I create with Bad Effects, it's whatever goes. It's like WWF in the 90s, it's no holds barred. Like no holds are barred. This is like, no disqualification match. When me and Bad Effects work, there's no disqualification match. You can smash man with a chair, you can kick man through a car door, put them through the table, we do whatever we feel. We do what we feel, but we keep it in a range of what we love, but we do what we feel.
So, did the beats push your pen in any new directions?
Yes.
So because a lot of it's gonna be tempo based, you know what I'm saying?
Having to like fit into pockets and
start that, and there's another one that all stacks is on.
Further in the night. Start
It's
that.
like a double time.
Man, double time, skippy vibes. I wanted every track to sound different. To have a different energy. That's my thing with albums as a producer. Being that I'm an MC as well, and I craft albums as an MC where I know what I want to put on it lyrically and the concept and theme. When you do it production wise, it's like it needs to have energy. It needs to sound a certain way that keeps you in. But it's flipping around but keeps you in. It's not going like to a tangent or whatever. So I think about that with every project I make. I don't want any two beats to sound the same on any project I make. I want it to like, every time you hear it, is that another producer? Who made that? But it's the same man making it. That's what I want to do, because the albums I come up liking had a variety of producers on them, but it's still cohesive. Any classic album we can name out now, 5, 10 off our hand, had like a batch of producers, but the album itself was like raw. It just flows. So I try as a one producer, one beat maker to make the whole album sound like that, but it sound like bare different man produced it on every other beat. But it still got the signature of the man that made it, the man that made it, whatever.
Was
So
there any?
bias.
Sorry, cool. Were there any specific like concepts or stories that you guys wanted to explore lyrically for this album?
Did we ever think of concepts on this?
I'd say
Song.
the one
You did.
the song with that Teaching Cam
Yeah.
started off.
Can't build.
Can't build.
Conceptual.
Where she's saying
Listen good.
She can't build in the sand with you.
Yeah. I lose myself.
If she does that, she doesn't
I lose
focus
myself.
on herself.
If I give you too much of my energy, I lose myself. So
giving myself
Yeah.
to you is too much.
I like that. I like how you came on the track I just mentioned, Hard Calm,
Forever
and
and
Listen Good.
Yeah, listen that.
Yeah. You came with Listen Good when you was talking about the iPhone, looking at iPhone, looking at iPhone.
Everything.
You're looking at iPhone. That lyric's powerful, you know.
Yeah.
It's mad. I ain't told you that in person, we're on camera now, but whatever.
Look
whatever.
through your Bible.
Yeah, look in your iPhone because that's what it is. Man, ask you something now and it's scratching your head. I'll go on Google.
Yeah.
Come on, so that bar there, you summed that up in like 4 bars, bro. That's a wicked bar, so yeah.
You know what? I was just about to ask you guys, like, was there any musical influences or references hidden within the production or lyrics that heads should be listening to? So I guess that's one of the.
The song's called Listen.
Listen good.
Okay.
Listen good, yeah. Or look good because you're looking in your phone, but you're still listening to your hearing it. So yes, it's the same meaning, double meaning. Yeah, man.
What are some of the central messages or scriptures you're laying down in this volume?
In this volume, I feel like Lionscriptures from volume 1 had a vibe on it. It's just like, it was just like a high level of lyrics and bars, and conceptually, I don't think we ever sit down to concept any tune. But then we do subconsciously, like subliminally we
Because
do.
there's an order that will work.
Yeah, there always
You know
is.
what I'm
If he starts something and he writes something and he's talking a certain way in it, he doesn't even need to tell me what that tune is, what he's aiming at. I hear his verse and I go off it, so it becomes what it becomes.
Right.
That's why you got like funny titles like Jerk Salmon and Listen Good and yeah, Forever in the Night, and we could go on because it's what we build it to be. Maybe not initially conceptual, but when it's finished, it is.
I don't think everything needs to be conceptual either. Sometimes it can projects can get too robotic in my eyes, you know, when there's just no natural flow.
Right.
So, you know, when your whole thing is pretty much about the natural flow of it. Like I think sometimes you can get caught up in trying to be conceptual.
Right.
It's just like over the top.
You overcomplicate things.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I feel that there's often a spiritual and a militant tone to you guys' music. What role does knowledge of self play in this project?
Knowledge of self is important regardless of the project. You understand? And hopefully tunes like Listen Good can open certain ears and eyes to understand certain things, and if you're not doing the right thing, if you're not living the right way, then there's consequences for that. And these songs, even if you hear me speak on certain things, it's because you can gather from that it's not necessarily the right thing. You get me? But doesn't mean I'm not going to speak on it. Yeah. So if you can understand lyrics and decipher what man is saying, when man is saying it, then things will make sense. Because definitely touch on those things. But it might be hidden. It might be weaved within the fun of getting it off. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I have focused on songs like I've got an album called Together with me and Tech, and we was having a conversation about how like indigenous communities have kind of lost their old traditions because of the internet, because of technology, and just from that conversation, man wrote a whole song. You know what I'm saying? So you could do that.
And I hear that, man. That's the vibe of the thing.
Yeah, she's called Infiltration.
And like to add to what you just said about the question asked, it's like when we finished the project and we were thinking about like artwork and album covers, I already had it in my mind that because it's Lions and what we're coming with from 1 to 2, 2.0, it was just like everything is of importance and relevance because the front cover itself, big up Gary Alford, the incredible Gary Alford who done our covers. Just want to let the people know that he's done a lot of covers for the Wu-Tang, for Triple Darkness, for numerous artists that you will like and had their album covers, people. He done the art, and when I came at him, he said, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want me and Bad Effects walking 2 lions, they belong to us, like they're our pets." To say down the street like cats, big cats, down the high street. And he said, "Where? A high street?" I said, "Yeah, Tottenham High Road," because of the importance of me to like, it was outside the police station. The album cover, in case people don't know, is outside Tottenham Police Station, notoriously known for the beginning of the Tottenham riots. So everything was of importance. So it's that we were subconsciously doing even that, what we're showing you visually.
Yeah.
To prepare you for what you're going to hear. But at the same time, your last question, was it conceptually driven? No, but it was.
Right.
If you even look at the cover, helicopters in the sky outside the police station, we're walking lines. We can go deep on our history and you know what I mean, you know.
And there's songs to support that.
To support the vision.
The theme, yeah.
Yeah.
Here and there.
So it's subconsciously done. But yeah.
What do you both think makes Lionscriptures Volume 2 essential listening for true hip hop heads?
It's that frequency, innit, man? It's that boom bap. Let's just be blunt.
Yeah.
It's that hip hop that we love. You know what I'm saying? There's a frequency.
It's unfiltered.
Yeah. There's a rawness to it that heads are gonna appreciate. If you love underground hip hop in the UK,
you will appreciate.
It's gonna be your thing.
Even
it's
if
gonna have bars that it's gonna have flows that surprise.
That will catch you.
Yeah.
But saying that, even if you don't gravitate towards it, you will appreciate an aspect of it, in a sense.
Right now, with authenticity often being lost in the algorithm, how do you both maintain integrity in your sound?
The sound is just the sound. So there ain't no chasing no sound. There's what man's taste is, isn't it? So we're not clout chasers, rappers, you know what I'm saying? We've got what our taste is and we're gonna just focus on that. On the odd occasion, man might step outside of that.
Step outside the
just
road.
on some experimental, but it's always gonna come back to the boom bap because that's where the bass is really and truly. That's always gonna be there.
What would you say you want your listeners to feel after listening to this album?
Lionscriptures. After you listen to Lionscriptures, I want
Belly
you to,
full.
Yeah, I want you, belly full. Metaphorically speaking, I want you to be belly full. I want you to be inspired. I want you to feel motivated. I want you to feel like, you know what? Whatever that something was that you thought you couldn't do last week or last month, and you was like effing and erring, and you want to do it tomorrow, innit? Like, I'd at least want man to feel like that. I want it to be a project that you can revisit, listen to it once, it might fly over your head. Play it to your brethren, you come back to it, let's play it again. You might be a bit fried when you play it again, you might catch a new meaning and concept to it. I want it to be one of those albums because
I think it will.
Yeah, those albums to me are timeless.
Yeah, you hear something the third time.
Something new.
The first
I
time.
catch a new vibe of this when I listen to it again.
Yeah.
Not just like, it's in the slipstream. 6,000 songs a day are released, man. On the streaming side, 6,000, maybe more. So it's just like, how do you not get lost in that algorithm?
Right.
Just make something that means something. Yeah.
I've got 3 questions left for you guys, just dealing with your legacy and the future from both of you guys combined. If you had to describe this album in 3 words, what would they be?
If you're still thinking, big up no world, it is. It's gonna be like, what's his slogan he got on a t-shirt?
That's just learn, teach.
Learn, teach. Or add that to it, live, learn, teach.
Live, learn, teach.
Live, learn, teach. That's all I say about this album, man.
This
If I summed it.
is dope.
Yeah, this is dope, live, learn, teach.
That's it.
Yeah.
Next one. Is there any plans for Lionscriptures Volume 3 or another joint project?
We've already made it in our minds ahead, man.
That'll be there,
It's
man.
already done, man.
It's in the making, yeah?
It's already
That's
done.
what I like to hear.
It's not constructed yet, as in the physical
nothing.
whilst doing the motions, but Allah is already done.
Yeah.
It's done.
Alright, so the last question now. Are there any hidden messages, Easter eggs, or dedications within this album that fans should know about?
Lyrically,
Yeah.
in a lot of my lyrics, man.
Yeah?
I try to do that in a lot of albums that I make, say personal things that maybe I didn't get to say on the last album or the last few albums, and say it condensed within like a quick something in the album. And I've picked up people that's passed on Lionscriptures, my elders, certain guys and girls that were like pivotal in my upcoming, and I try and sprinkle in the little jewels, as you call them, Easter eggs for the people that within. I always do on every project. There's not one project I put out where I don't forget to like sprinkle Easter eggs, man. You can come back like the Marvel comics. That's why you said Easter eggs.
Yeah.
It's like that might have been there and you didn't see it, innit?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm doing that, I'm not realising I'm doing it.
Yeah. Just do
Not
it.
consciously doing it.
My tune might have been fitting and I could have said that about that scenario and situation I didn't get to ever say in the track ever before, so I'm gonna do it now. But that might not be the concept of the track, but this 4-bar passage I talked about that. If you know me well enough, you know what I'm chatting about.
Yeah.
Or I could explain it to you.
Yeah. Dopeness. Guys, thank you for your time.
Yeah, man.
Love. Yeah?
Come on.
Boom.
It's good.
Hey, listen, Lionscriptures, Volume
Get
2,
that.
out now.
Get that.
You know what you gotta do, innit?
It's out June the 2nd on all digital DSPs. It's already out on Bandcamp digitally. We're talking about a physical release, you know, to give it to the ones that love it a lot. You might get it like that. Decide that, go and get it, enjoy it.
Trust me. Oh, boom.
Hey yo, what's outside is within. The mind regulates the hand that masters the pen. The pen is mightier than the sword, but the tongue is mightier still. The stargate to the mind's revealed. The vortex.